I bought a bunch of face masks.
You did? Wait, the ones that the ones that make you look like Jason Voorhees and they like
No.
Oh, you mean like the sheet masks that like kind of
the one that Busy Phillips wears on a plane?
Yup.
I love those mask things.
Drag her. That's so funny. That's so specific.
It does feel like something that'll come up on our podcast. Devin, put her down. We got to get busy on the
I don't
pod.
even know if that's true, but it just felt like
Yeah, it feels real.
felt real.
And I like just saw it in my brain. I was like, yep, that's exactly what
it feels real.
We got a big guest.
Huge guess.
We have exclusively heavy hitters on this pod, but every once in a while, a friend who's also a party animal, who also is in a fitness journey, shows up, and we're fire on all cylinders.
It's great. Anytime Nicole Byer is around, I'm excited that I'm in the same space.
Yeah, I think you, me, and America would agree that she is value added to things.
Yeah, I mean, and one of the people, like, truly, like, one of the people I text bits with the most. You know, like,
Yeah.
I don't know if there's another person in my phone where if you went through our conversations,
There's
would
like
be
almost no substance.
Yeah,
It's
there's
all-
nothing
yeah.
of substance, but just joke.
Yeah, she's the best. How are you doing?
I'm okay. I'm starting a new job, a new movie, and I have got to lose a little weight.
Ooh,
and it's like,
but could you handle that ego-wise?
Yeah.
Okay, because that would, it's like something like, yeah, I get it, but it also can
Well,
hurt.
I didn't know I had to lose weight till the fitting, and then we did the fitting, and it was like apparent that the character was thin, you know, and what they want.
Hey, it doesn't say in the script. Why can't he just have my body?
Yeah. But so
can we rewrite this character to just be more like my body?
It says nowhere in the description.
Yeah, size 24 waist.
But so I'm just gonna give it. I guess until I start the movie, a little extra work. I don't know.
Do you have like a few weeks run up to this?
6 weeks.
Oh, that's good because that's a fun goal. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really have a goal other than to make what I wore yesterday fit better.
Right. But that's something you can like make a plan for.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Of just like, yeah, maybe we don't do heavy squats for a little while and we're mostly just trying to.
That was the major-ish problem was like, you know, I haven't worn a form-fitting suit in a while and I got sequoias.
Quadzilla.
All of a sudden.
Good for you.
No, I think
it's from the Pelly.
Yeah, it's from the. I was gonna say I think it's from the Pelly.
Yeah,
but like it was like busting through the fat. I was like, this is not.
Dude, listeners are going fucking ham.
It looked
on
like
their Jennies
pastrami
right
coming out of it. Everyone wants.
We're project-based guys, like in our careers and in lives. So this is kind of fun moment to be like, in 5 weeks, I want to try to drop 5 pounds.
My prediction is that you will not be able to see a difference before I leave and after I come back.
Right.
I feel like it's just going to be the same Adam.
Right. But it'll be enough to.
That the suit will button.
Yeah, that's all you got to do.
Yeah.
Well, because I have something specific. A group of guys I played rugby with are talking about going in September to play in a men's league match in Edinburgh. And I was like, oh, September is just far enough away that I could like take a month, that's 5 months away from when we're recording this episode right now. That's enough time for me to.
5 months, you could seriously look like a different person.
Right. And so I'm like, having a goal like that, having a goal to like look good doesn't matter because I'm like cocky and think I look good all the time. But having a goal to like not embarrass myself doing a sport is like so much more powerful. Especially rugby is like so nostalgic for me. And
yeah.
Like, I'm like,
do you want to lose weight for rugby though? Aren't you like an enforcer?
Yeah, I'm like, it's okay to be, but I think I need to lose weight so I can run more or, chicken egg. I need to just start running more and sprinting more. And either I'm going to lose weight from that or be very good and fast at 300 pounds. Like,
yeah.
But I was always like, even at like my fittest men's league, I was still like 260 and playing, but like people say they carry weight and stuff like that. Like I've said this to you before, like I never think of you as someone who is overweight. Yeah, I forget sometimes too because like it rarely limits me physically until I'm like trying to get into a space or try on clothes and stuff. And as my fellow fashion buddy, like how much I'm talking. Like you're always like, and they have double XLs. Like,
well, yeah,
because it's like a big. thing for me, and I want to lose weight to buy cooler clothes.
Also, I have sensitive to it.
Right.
I know the worst thing you can do is be like, hey, this is cool, and then it's like this doesn't fit.
Do you remember in Sundance, I had the
jacket,
and you were like. For the listeners, this guy in Sundance, you get these gifts from when you're being in a movie. I'm randomly there because we're both in our friend R.I.P. Jeff Baina's movie, The Little Hours, but Adam's in another movie, so he's kind of like he's got two there. They're kind of, and we go into this gifting suite and they have these Columbia jackets, and he's like, and he just grabs, and I go, no, I don't want to. I'm weird about trying on clothes, and he goes, and one for him right here. Do you guys have a double XL? The lady comes out with a single XL, and she's like, sorry, only single XL. I'm like, oh, that's fine then. And you go, put it on. And I put it on, and it's super tight, and I barely get it on. And he's like, well, it fits. It's yours. And we just walk out of there, and I was like, thank you. You got me a winter. I still have that winter coat.
It's a good winter coat.
Yeah, it's a great one.
Yeah,
I got a Columbia snorkel jacket.
I have that Columbia snorkel jacket, too. It's got the silver in the hood.
Because we got the same one. And all because you were like, just fucking put it on, buddy. Walk out of here with the free jacket. Stop being like,
well, those gifting suites, like, it's so hard. I've had times when I'm in them and I'm like, I don't want to take anything. And then you leave and you can hear someone being reprimanded and they're like, we didn't get a picture of Adam with a thing. We didn't get a picture of Adam with a thing. And it's like, oh my God, I just got this person fired.
By thinking you're being like, oh, don't worry about me.
Yeah,
instead
because
it's
you're
like,
part of a machine.
Instead, you gotta hold up the AM radio and go like,
because you're part of the machine. And if it's and look, there's positive and negatives. Some people don't want to be pictured with the AM FM thing, and some people don't care that someone got fired. But for someone like me, who's
the Sundance AR-15, you're like, the rifle. Like, I don't know if I want to be in this commercial.
The Sundance Project 2025 voucher.
I guess I'll write another chapter for this thing. All right, enough of our bullshit. Let's
talk to Nicole. Nicole, you like to gamble?
I do. I just started. I love it.
What are you playing?
Slots.
Hell fucking yeah. So, we're big gamblers.
Really?
Yeah.
And I just learned how to play poker. I'm not very good at it. I'll win like a couple hands, but it's hard. Yeah. But I went to the casino in Chicago with my aunts and uncles, and I didn't know how to play the slots, but I just started, and I was like, maybe you do this, that, and I won $800.
Nice.
Fuck yeah.
I think that's what I cashed
actually makes me really upset, but I'm also happy for you.
Why does it make you upset?
Because that shit never happens to me.
What are you talking about? It happens to me. It happens to me.
It happens to me all the time.
This dude wins fucking jackpots when I'm with him.
I've won 2 jackpots.
I might be a good luck charm
in Vegas. Yeah.
I've never won a jackpot.
You weren't with me each time.
No,
You were there. You weren't with me. Yeah, I was alone.
It's getting distance from you is luck for you.
Yes, no, I'm good luck Chuck.
Wait, how much did you win in the jackpot?
I don't want to
I understand.
say, but I've won a lot.
I haven't won a lot. I've only won, last time I went, I spent $500, cashed out at $1,000, so I spent won 5.
No. I've had, we gamble in like degenerately, so where I've had like wild swing weekends where I'll do amazing for a whole weekend and come out with more money in my hand than I've ever held, and then I've had other weekends where we'll go home driving.
I just had a weekend. I went there to go see NRL rugby, Australian Rugby League there, and I gambled a bunch, and I had to do that. Hey, we should transfer some money from savings.
Yeah.
I was like, don't go to the ATM one more time. And then like 4 hours later, I'm like, all right, go one more time.
It's hard.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's so hard. It's hard to stop.
I can't even sleep in Vegas.
Really?
Truly, I can't. I get I feel like my skin vibrates when I'm there. You know,
I was losing so much money that I went up to my room, got high, and watched all of the Oscars. And I'm not just saying that because I'm in your office, brother, in your studio, but I truly was like, I need a break. I need 3 hours of not gambling. So I'm like, oh.
Did you hit your Oscar parlay?
The funny thing is the only thing I won on that whole weekend was a 3-way parlay for the rugby games that I was at.
Rugby's hard. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
I've played it, and I don't understand it.
I've only seen it once. It was like your birthday party.
Oh, yeah. We took the bus down.
I was so fucking drunk.
I've never been drunker. Do you remember how that party ended?
With you pissing on the side of the bus?
Yes, so you do. Drew Tarver has this video of me standing on Melrose, just pissing into the street, cars whipping by. I'm just standing on the side of Melrose, blackout fucking hell. Tried to get in my car. and then locked my keys in it. And Tiffany was like, "You're not driving." I'm like, "We'll just get home and we'll be done for the night."
Just get home.
We'll just get home.
We'll just get home. It's like, we will.
That's like the number one drunk driving state.
I sent out an email to, I try to always do something silly for my birthday. I sent out an email to a large group of people and I was like, let's all go to this day trip to go see a rugby match. And more people said yes to that than any. I thought it would be like limiting because it was a full day commit. Everyone said yes. And then I was like, fuck, I had to rent a 50-seat bus. We had 50 people on this bus.
Tiff had Jello shots.
We made Jello shots for everybody.
It was very fun. It was a nice
like
time.
A blast.
And we were fucking blacked out. We were, and we go to see USA play Argentina, and there's like the stadium is like 1/8 full.
Yeah, there was truly nobody there.
Yeah, it's the sport's way more popular now than it was like 7 years ago, whatever. But
are they packing stadiums now? No.
So the sevens tournament will pack stadiums, and big international games will pack stadiums, but the USA can't do that yet. And there is Major League Rugby now. There is like a professional league in America, and I don't think they sell stadiums yet. But I'm trying to get fucking not play with them, but
I'm trying to get back in the league.
Play with them.
I'm trying to get back in the league.
Play with them.
We ask everybody this, and it can mean anything that you pull it to mean. But like, what are you doing to stay alive?
Let's see. I pole dance.
Yeah. We just had Jillian Bell in talking about your feats of strength.
Your
I
boss.
love Jillian.
She said that you were amazing at it. That you're skillful.
It was very fun. I didn't realize that the pole only spun. I like static where it doesn't spin.
Wait a minute. There's spinning poles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's because that's not all. You can't just like lube up your thigh and whip around.
I didn't know that those spin.
You
can. It's weird.
But I thought they did. I thought that when a dancer comes down the pole, I didn't think the pole was spinning. I thought they were spinning.
Sometimes. So like if someone's holding a shape.
I'm paying attention to the wrong stuff at
and
these
they're
clubs.
moving like that and they're holding a shape, that's a spinning pole. But if they're like spinning around descending or like moving slowly around the pole going up, that's usually a static pole.
Did you take private stripping lessons? Pole dancing? Pole dancing.
You can say stripping. It comes from strippers.
Yeah.
I do. I used to take like classes with like a bunch of like strangers and shit, but now I have a teacher named Veronica who I really, really like, and we do 2 hours every Sunday.
2 hours.
Do you
That's
have
a long workout.
And you have a pole in your house?
And I have a pole in my house. Wow. I had one outside, but it rusted up.
Yeah, you gotta be careful about that.
Yeah, it it was not good after a while.
Yeah. You gotta put WD-40 on your thighs and then jump up to apply it.
But yeah, now I just got one in my house, and you're supposed to tighten them every couple months.
Yeah.
I haven't, and I'm real afraid that one of these days it's just going to fall right the fuck out of the ceiling.
But when you were in the thing with other people, did you feel like you were inhibited? Because it is like it is so much dancing.
Yeah, but for me, I'm not like a person who's like, I'm trying to explore my sexuality.
Right,
like,
you're like,
I'd be fucking.
Yeah.
I just want to be strong. I like when ladies can climb to the top and like slam their pussies into the ground.
I know.
Like that's so cool.
So hot. Same. I also like when they slam their pussies into the ground.
Yeah.
Hey man, I'm gonna pepper spray you.
So what was the hardest like thing to learn about it?
Or
Inverting.
Going upside down.
Yeah.
It's so fucking hard.
What makes it hard? You get disoriented or?
No, it's just getting your body upside down. And the way you're supposed to do it is like you just use your core, you like use your arm, and then you tilt back and then spread your legs and then hook a leg. But like I have
let's say this is the pole.
Yeah.
Right. This is what I'm going from mostly like memory, right?
Yeah.
But if that's the pole, right?
Uh-huh.
Joe, who's engineering the thing right now, is looking on with absolute fear.
You all right, Joe? Usually, I feel like it's like a hook like that, right?
Yeah, you can do it like that.
And you use your toe and your...
No, so you're using your knees. So you're gripping the pole with your knees.
Oh.
And that's how
Is that why knee pads?
What? Knee pads are for floor work.
Okay.
But to do that, I mean, I would have to have exposed knees because I'm using the skin to grip it.
Right.
But that's I think it's called a crucifix. So you're.
This is what I was about to ask for names, and I'm so happy you got one. The
it's
crucifix.
Your legs are like that. The pole's between, and then you're like that.
And then you're like that,
and you're upside down.
And you slide down, and you have to control it long enough that when you hit the ground, you can like not bang your head.
Yeah. You have to like tuck your head and shit. You have to like remember a bunch of stuff so you don't hurt yourself.
Yeah, because it is also like one of the funniest internet things that comes across my feed are like stripper injuries because they're so fun. It's inherently funny.
There's one girl who falls from like. It's like there's someone sitting on a balcony. So it's like a 2-story pole and she falls from the fucking top and then twerks after she falls.
Devon, bring it up.
And I was like, oh my God. And I was like, ha. Then I learned that she like actually got hurt.
Oh no, Devon, bring it up.
This is like indie wrestling when they like leap off the balcony through like 3 tables.
But there's always funny.
Speaking of wrestling, have you guys been to, oh God, what's it called? It's at the Mayan Theater and it's called like Viva La something.
I don't like wrestling. I know. I'm like the one person in our friend group that's like, that's just dorky.
It is dorky, but it's a lot of
fun. It's like Viva La Lucha or something like that.
Something like that. Have you been to it?
No, I don't think so, no.
It's fun.
I know.
They throw people out of the ring.
I know. Everyone says it's
patrons.
fun. I know. Everyone says it's fun. I'm just like,
I'll tell you what, and I'm not trying to sell you on it because I totally get it, but when you go to see like an indie production, it's like seeing Whose Line Is It Anyway on TV versus seeing like a really good long form group.
Yeah.
When you see like indie wrestlers putting it out there with like interesting characters and insane physicality, all of a sudden you're like, this is sketch comedy plus stunts.
That's how I feel about it.
But then like when you see it in that mode, then you watch, fucking Hulk Hogan, you're like, this racist asshole or whatever. But like when you watch those,
I don't know. I kind of think he's hot.
He's still got it. I like that he's hot dog colored.
I don't like his looks. I like his politics.
I go to the same beard guys.
I feel like, but I just feel like there's a certain element of theater to it that like I just can't get over the like. Is it real? Is it fake? Why do we care if it's like predetermined? Like it's just, I can't get over that. I don't know why.
Fair?
It's like, it's weird. It's like
everyone's on their journey, man.
Yeah, I know. You're working so much and you're on the road and you're in trailers and shit. Like, are you doing anything at all to like, or mitigate the like shitty lifestyle that we live?
Yeah, stretching really fucking helps. Like you're on a little plane and then you get to a shitty little town and then sometimes I'll nap before a show, but like I'll wake up with enough time hopefully that I'm like, oh, let me stretch a little bit.
Right.
And that helps.
Because it's like,
boy, oh boy, I'm not 20 anymore. It's hard.
It's tired.
Yeah. Your special was so good. I mean, does that help when you're like, I don't want to just be in shitty clubs? Like, do you get a bump from that where you're like, oh, now I'm in Delta 1, and I'm, like, have things improved?
Things have improved. I do get to fly Delta 1.
I'm Diamond Medallion.
Are you?
Yeah.
I'm a Diamond Diva. I was a Delta 360.
What?
For like 6 months. And they pick you up when you have a connection. They pick you up at like the plane door, and then they take you down in a Porsche to the next gate.
Yeah.
And the first time it happened, there was a man with my name on a sign, and I was vaping on the plane. I was like, "Oh, they're taking me to jail."
Oh yeah.
I'm going to jail.
When you're plane vapor, are you a seat plane vapor or bathroom plane vapor?
Seat.
Yeah, you're just a seat.
Yeah. And then you pull up your little sweatshirt, and then you're like,
yeah, and you're like, please God, don't let this get outside. Please God, don't listen.
I'm still afraid to vape on the plane, but on the flight home to here from being in New York with you last time, I in the middle of the flight got up and like went into my bag and took out a video game system and 2 wrapped weed gummies, and I was like, what is this 45-year-old guy doing up here? I'm so clearly just like eating drugs and sit down to play video games.
I'm really good to tour with because as soon as we get on the plane, I don't want to talk to you.
Same.
Like, that's one of the things I hate the most about seeing someone you know on a plane.
Oh, it
Because
fucking sucks.
the
Because then you're
pressure-
like, oh, now we have to have a conversation. Oh, do we have to switch a seat so you can sit next to me?
Oh my God.
No.
Oh my God. If someone does that, I start coughing.
I'm
just like, sorry, my kid I got kids, they have COVID.
I have kids that have COVID.
more than one time in my life, I've walked off a plane and been like, oh, fuck, friend of mine. I didn't know, and fully knew they were on the plane the whole time.
Yep.
And I was like, great running
I've done
into you.
that too.
Insert comedian I'm friends with
Yes.
that I pretended I didn't see. And maybe we both did.
Yeah.
Like,
you
and I-
like to think you both did because then you feel better.
Yeah, you don't feel like an asshole. I once walked to the gate, saw someone I knew, turned around, sat at a different gate, waited till everyone boarded the plane so I could just avoid this person.
Yeah.
It was me.
Yep, it was
We
you.
did actually run into
Well,
each other.
did.
Yeah.
I do say because
I was so fucking high, and I'm like so
It was
fucking
so
high at the
early.
airport. It's like 6 a.m. I'm so high, and I just look to my left, and she's in like full like Hello Kitty regalia. She looks like a rave.
Well, I was gonna say
And
one
I'm
of the
like,
things.
"Oh, Nicole!"
One of the things that the three of us have in common, whenever we've been in those situations where it's like we're at a comedy festival or a film festival together, it's like the three of us pretty much go super hard until the moment that we leave the town.
Yes.
And so I've been at the airport with both of you guys in my
speaking.
worst.
Yeah.
In my worst.
Not okay.
Not okay.
Being like, I'm sorry, I can't talk right
Yeah,
now.
truly not okay. But you guys, I feel like the two of you understand our rhythms
yeah.
like that. And like if it's 4 a.m. and we're together and and there was a gap of time where we weren't, then we probably don't want to speak to each other.
Once I go through security, noise canceling the bows go on, and I do not interact with a person.
We toured on that show. We didn't speak to each other one flight.
Yeah, we were like we had fucking 8 cities to talk in.
Yeah,
we're like on
we
the
would
planes.
like sit on opposite guys. The group would be like, they hate each other.
No, but traveling sucks. Like,
Yeah.
I get it.
It really
I do the
sucks.
time. I do the cannabis induced time travel. I get high, get either iPad or video games, and I just like let time flow past me until I arrive in my destination because I'm so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I need my brain.
It
I'm like a
fucking
child. I fully need an
sucks.
iPad or else I start getting antsy and I start realizing that like my thighs are touching everything and my ankle is touching my ankle, knee, shoulder, and butt are touching the person next to me like all the way down, like truly
Just
from
your
tip to
whole
tail.
fucking body.
Yeah.
The first trip I went on with my boyfriend, I was like, okay, I'm not going to talk to you on this flight. And he was like, what do you mean? I was like, from the car to the airport, I'm not going to really talk to you. And he was like, okay. And we got in the car and he was trying to talk to me. And I said, I'm going to close my eyes for a little bit. He
Yeah.
said, okay. And then we like went through security, got on the plane. I put my hoodie on and I said, all right, can you get me cookies? Will you just get me cookies? And I slept the whole flight.
Yeah.
Part of our job is like you become sort of a professional traveler.
Yep.
And then when you have to do it for fun with friends, you're like, well, you don't understand. Like I went like on my brother's bachelor party, I'm like, well, I have lounge access.
Oh yeah.
I'll leave people in a heartbeat.
I'm gonna drop a
heartbeat.
heater. I'm going upstairs to have 2
Goodbye.
coffees, take a huge shit, and eat 2 sandwiches.
When we are traveling together, we are individuals
Yes.
to a similar destination. Other than that, we have different statuses. It
Yes.
says so on my boarding pass.
Yes.
So like,
My boarding pass says I'm better than you.
we're just not together right now. So like, you know what I mean?
Mine
Like,
says brings up 9/11 on podcasts all the time. Double check his luggage.
oh man. We don't have to bring pot anymore with us on things, but that was always my biggest stressful thing was touring was like, how am I going to get pot everywhere?
Oh.
But now you can buy it everywhere.
Now you
Yeah,
can buy
but
it
I
everywhere,
just-
and now I fly with it more than I ever did before.
Yeah, I fly with everything.
Really? You never. What is?
Use promo code TSA.
Let's nail it down though for real. What is? Are you allowed to fly with your vape?
No.
You are not legally allowed to cross any state lines or even bring it into an airport because that's technically federal jurisdiction. But the TSA has stated, and by the way, the TSA, nightmare people, but wonderful Instagram follow.
Oh, really?
Highly recommend it. They're like, look what this asshole. Also, it might give you a little bit of anxiety because it's like, wait, someone tried to bring that on a plane. It's like a knife in a shampoo bottle or whatever.
In a shampoo bottle?
Yeah.
People be smuggling. And the
Don't love that accent either.
that's my 90s stand-up.
Yeah.
Women be shopping.
All the
people be smuggling.
You're fucking Daryl Hammond over here.
But the TSA has said we are not looking to bust you for weed. So if you don't have like intent to sell, they're not going to.
Yeah, I feel like the dogs and stuff. As long as you don't have enough for like a group of people, you're good.
Yeah. Or those
You think the dogs are discerning?
The dogs
like-
more. The dogs.
Well,
are,
I think the dogs
They're
are
like,
like,
oof, this
yeah,
bitch
it's
is
not
sad.
enough. That shit's
She's
cut.
got an AIDS.
We don't need it.
That's only for her. Leave her alone.
She needs to have a nice time alone.
She's having trouble sleeping. Rough.
There's a period of time.
Because I traveled with like Coke,
Yeah.
and nobody said anything.
Oh, yeah. Well, the
You
dog
did?
sniffs
Wait,
that,
and
and
that
the
was
dog's
not
like-
a problem?
No,
If the
because
dog-
it's not enough. The dogs are looking for like kilos.
Yeah.
Really, it's not enough.
I think. No one stopped me.
Don't push it.
Not enough. You see, I feel like my eyes.
You're saying you
Your
can fly
eyes
with
did do something wild.
Yeah.
Not
And I
enough.
can't really
It's not
explain what.
Turn that TV off. Turn that TV off.
I used to not want to smoke flower before a flight because I was worried about smelling like it.
Oh.
And then one time I was outside of JFK and I had like 3 joints and I'm like, my flight is not for a while. I just blast them back to back to back and I'm like, I'll be fine. And then I get in the TSA pre-check line and a guy walks up to me with a German Shepherd that has a GoPro on his head. The scared most. I was like, hello, puppy. And I was like so terrified. I was like a fucking cybernetic
That's
dog.
so funny.
I was like, this is gonna... It's like got a machine gun on its fucking back and shit. I was bugging out.
I am not puppy. I am dog.
Yeah, right, exactly.
I once took, I don't know how much the edible was, but I took an edible, went to the airport, and then I was like, oh no, my gate is so far away. And I sat down every time I saw it. It took me like 45 minutes to walk 10 feet. It was so
Well,
hard.
mistiming an edible or any
If your
plane
flight
medication.
gets delayed, dude,
That's how I ended up in a lot of trouble.
I almost hugged a
once.
flight attendant.
Oh, I ended up in a serious amount of trouble once. I mistimed an Ambien. Remember when Ambien was like, doctors would be like, oh, you have a headache? You're not sleeping enough. Here's a prescription for Ambien that'll last you a lifetime.
And now they won't give it to
they
me.
don't. Well, yeah, because I know why they won't. Because I think I might have killed some people. I was on a flight, a red eye to Philadelphia to shoot something, and I took the Ambien in the car on the way to LAX. Flight got delayed. Sat down at that Rolling Stone Rock and Roll
Brewery. Rock and Brew.
Oh,
why don't I know the name?
Wait, what airline was this?
It was like, it must have been United or Delta because that's in like in I think Terminal 4.
Yeah, it's been redone, but that's the one.
Yeah,
Okay,
and I just started like, housing beers, and that was the last thing I remember. I woke up in Philadelphia with no shirt on, covered in red wine.
What?
And vomit. Don't know what happened.
In your chair.
In my chair.
On the plane.
On the plane in first class.
And nobody told the flight attendants were
holding the empty little red, they give you like a half wine bottle.
Yeah.
Holding it like a football. Like vomit all over, red wine. Like I had poured it on my head. Like in my hair. Like.
And the flight attendants weren't like, oh, he's awake.
I
happened.
got up. They were like, we're now landing in Philadelphia. And I like woke up and was like, oh my God. Realized I had no shirt on. Packed on my bag. Got up. Walked out of the thing. The flight attendants wouldn't look me in the eye. I wasn't wearing a shirt. I took my bag down. It's like on my bare skin. I'm like walking through the tunnel. It's freezing fucking cold. I walk out. I walk right into like a Hudson News and the thing. I buy like a City of Brotherly Love.
Why didn't you go in your carry-on?
Shirt. I didn't have any clothes in my carry-on. Okay. I was like, it was legit a red eye and I was working in Philadelphia. And so and the kid who was picking me up from the movie, it was like an indie movie. It was like in his mom's like Altima. And he was like so excited to meet me. And he was like with the signs at Adam Valley. And I was like, oh my God. saw him, like, I literally have like wine.
You're like Mikhail Gorbachev.
I look like Gorbachev and vomit. I smell like vomit. Oh. And I like, God knows what happened on that flight. God knows.
God does know.
And the fact I still
have you told this story on a podcast before?
I'm sure I must have, but like, to this day, I am shocked that I wasn't arrested. Or
I need somebody who's on that flight to tell me what you were doing.
I know I poured the wine on my head. Honestly, I don't even drink red wine that much.
Is it a Cabernet? Because that's good for you.
That's good for the
You
skin.
don't want Pinot up there.
No.
I don't even like
A Chianti? Absolutely not.
I don't even drink wine. It was just like the Ambien and the beer, and then that was it. The next thing I knew, I woke up. I must have eaten the airplane food and thrown it off.
Then you said, "I'll clean it off."
I gotta wash this off.
I was so high. I said to a flight attendant when I was boarding, because it got delayed like 1 hour and it was a red eye, and I'm like, oh no, I'm like bedtime high and I still have to get on the plane. And I said to the woman, do you guys have Transformers on this plane? I meant the movie. And she looked at me like so crazy. And I was like, I mean the movie. And she's like, yeah, I thought you meant the movie. And then I'm like trying to explain it. I'm like,
because I'm a terrorist.
I'm sounding crazier and crazier. I'm like, Optimus Prime can't stop me or whatever. And then she was like, and I tried to like laugh. And then I like went like, I was like, am I supposed to hug you? Like I forgot how to interact. And I was like, am I supposed to like hug this flight attendant? And she just kind of like leaned back, and I was like, I'm in 3A. I'll just go
sit there. That's so funny.
Oh my! This was the flight where I put on Hangover 3, one of the worst movies I've ever rewatched. But I was laughing so hard, I was hysterical crying. And the guy next to me goes, "What are you watching?" Because I'm cackling on a red eye, and I take it off and I go, "Hangover 3. They're such good friends."
It's true. It's true.
Such good friends.
That is the secret sauce.
Oh my God.
And then I had like tears pouring down my face. So then I start, and I'm like, I actually watched Hangover 3 on the plane, and I fucking loved it. And I put it on at home, and I was like, this movie is dog shit.
That's so funny. I was once on a plane, and I was in Comfort Plus. I don't belong back there. I had to get back to LA from New York, and the flight attendant was like, I know you. And I was like, I think I know you too. He's like, yeah, I'm usually on LA to New York. And I was like, oh. And he goes, I'm usually not back here. I was like, me either.
Oh, you have a kindred spirit.
So then he brought me a bottle of champagne, which I drank.
Yeah.
And then when the cart went by, I was like, can I have a vodka soda? And he was like, yeah, I got you. So then he gave me a cup of vodka and like a little thing of soda. And then he came back and gave me another one. So a bottle of champagne.
You're wasted.
2 cups of vodka.
You can't see straight.
I'm so drunk.
And you're 30,000 feet in the air.
Yes. And I'm watching Forrest Gump like this. And I was like, Jenny, be better.
It is like a box of chocolate. You know what I like right now? You know what I love? A box of chocolate.
I want some chocolate.
You're trying to fly
Sally Field.
Do you know how many different kinds of shrimp there are?
Bubba knows so many shrimp. And then we land, and we're stuck on the runway for like 20 minutes. And I was like, if I scream, they'll let me off. And then I was like, well, if I scream, they might take me to jail. I won't scream. So then I get off the plane, get in my Uber, and I like, the lady's like, she's trying to talk to me. And I promptly just passed out. And then I woke up to her being like, we're at your home. Get out of my car. And then I was like, oh, sorry. And then I went upstairs and then vomited so hard that I popped blood vessels in my eyes.
Been there.
Oh my God. Ooh, it was tough.
I've woken up with like spider web of blood vessels across my face.
I got picked up once from a flight from New York to Vancouver to go shoot a movie, just a normal flight. I must have had 7 Bloody Marys. I got picked up. I was totally fine. I was like, this is great. Can't wait to get to the Sutton hotel, you know, like where actors go to die. I was like, can't wait to work in Vancouver. The guy picks me up in a black car. I'm feeling myself. I'm walking through. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm a Mr. Pally. That's my dad. Get in the car. We start driving. I'm like, can you pull over? He pulls over. I open the door and I like just like hurl what looks like blood.
Yep.
Yeah, you just barf marinara.
Barf marinara on the side of the road in Canada, in like beautiful British Columbia. And then I have to like get back in the car. And meanwhile, I can only imagine what the driver is doing like while this is going on. Like,
watching you.
Yeah, or just being like, like hearing the splatter and looking away. So I get back in. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I really.
I had clams.
I was like, I'm so sorry. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm not feeling well. I was just like, he's like, yeah. You mind cleaning yourself up a little more before you touch anything? And I was like, oh God, I got the only dick driver in Canada. And he made me like pretty much hang my hands and self out the window while we drove to the hotel because it smelled so bad. And when we arrived,
what a piece of shit that guy is.
Sucked.
I'm dying though. I'm dying. He's like, put your hands out the window.
Because we drove like I was a Muppet, you know, like for the rest of the way.
Did you puke in your hands?
I must have puked in my hands. It was an awful feeling. And then I got to the hotel and had to like go check in.
So this is a wellness podcast, and I feel like listeners got a good idea on how to behave on flights, how to treat themselves, drink water the mornings after.
Yeah.
Well, do you have any hangover shit? Like, what do you? Because like, I'm pretty much. I can't hair the dog.
That's what I do.
You do? I can't do it. I've tried and it just makes me worse.
Really?
Yeah, I can't do it.
I've got a 3-hit combo that I use for. It's called the weed, water, wank.
Oh.
A little pot, a lot of water, and a little jerk sesh, and I can bounce back.
Why does the jerk sesh?
Yeah.
Because it's like I'm treating myself to something, you know what I mean? Where I'm like, I'm going to feel better after that.
That wouldn't work for me. Because I like using a vibrator, and then if I'm hungover like that, I'm like, I'm gonna fucking puke.
Yeah, you're too tech heavy.
Yeah. I'm like, oh my God, I don't feel good.
Is there a way for me to get off without vomiting?
Yeah. Well, my water and electrolyte, my water filter is hooked up to a pocket pussy, so I'm able to just get both at the same.
It blasted into your dick hole.
I just opened my mouth. Whoops.
I hair of the dog, and what else do I do? I drink the sprinkles that you put in the water.
Oh, I've seen those. The Instagram sprinkles. You do that?
Electrolytes.
You do that and it works for you?
Yeah.
That's the one.
That one.
Yeah,
that one.
Aunt Nicole has visited.
Yeah.
But that works for you? You don't find that it just makes you pee?
No.
Okay.
I'm a big electrolytes guy for hangovers. Or if I know I'm going to get on one, if I can have it like at night, like before I go out, or...
Yeah. When you're out, like, just drinking electrolytes kind of helps not make you feel terrible in the morning.
Yeah, it's just always weird to be at a bar and rip open an electrolyte thing and put it in the water.
Take care of myself.
Yeah, I'd be like, one for me, one for them.
In Vegas, I put it on the nightstand and pre-make it. And I'm like, when I come home, I'm going to have that.
That's smart. You're a real thinking ahead alcoholic.
Oh, yeah. Sober Gabrus really cares about drunk Gabrus. Drunk Gabrus doesn't give a fuck about anybody.
Yeah, your innie and outie, you seem to be completely unaligned.
My innie and my outie. My outie Q5.
Why are you so tan?
Because this is how I live my life, babe.
Are you always this tan?
I'm always pretty tan. Well, once the weather turns, too, I get pretty tan. Because
once the weather, it's overcast and 60 outside.
We had like a week of very sunny days here. And I went to the pool twice, and I walk with my shirt off.
The pool?
Yes. I gatekeep which pool I go to, but I swim laps at a pool that's outside.
Is it heated?
Yeah.
Where's this pool?
Do you swim?
I love swimming.
Really?
I love it so much.
That's an exercise for you?
No.
Oh, you
just like
socially swimming.
I love to just like, I like treading water.
I'm just putting it together that you have a pool.
Yeah.
Why are you asking us about our pool?
Yeah, I go to swim laps with like old Russian ladies.
I don't know. Maybe that would be fun.
It is.
Oh, it's fun and it's a really good exercise.
That's how I got so ripped.
I never liked swimming because I can't tell if I'm sweating. Like I like to know, like, because you can be
but if you're out of breath,
yeah, but it's still, but you're out of breath, but also cooled off.
It's crazy to feel that you can get to the point where you're like, oh, I'm sweating and I'm in a pool. Like you can feel it.
I've never had that happen.
Yeah, never.
Well, I was captain of my high school swim team, Belmore Merrick's Sharks. I went to Nassau County Champs in 2000. No big deal.
Speaking of exercise,
Ew.
you loved it. You loved it.
So did the microphone.
Speaking of exercise, I do these workout videos with this man named Daniel, and it's I guess his company is called The Body Project. It's him and his wife. He's nice. She's a bitch. And they've been really helpful. I like those videos.
Oh, that's why you do them at home?
Yeah,
Watch
because it's Daniel, and at like 15 minutes or a half hour, sometimes they're 45. It'll be him, a fatty, and then a fit person. And I literally looked on YouTube. I was like, I don't know, fat people working out. If they can do it, I could do it. And then I found this, and I really like it.
What kind of stuff is Daniel running you through?
A lot of like, it feels like 90s aerobics. It'll be like, lift your leg, and you're doing that a lot.
Squats
and then he's like, punch, and then kick your legs back. And then like, I get like a good workout. I'd be sweating and shit.
And you bring up an interesting point, which is, I love seeing people in exercise classes that look like me.
Same.
I hate being in an exercise class and having the pressure that I am the least fit, worst person.
Same.
And then everyone treats you that way. Like, there have been so
Great job, Adam.
So many exercise classes. Like, you're doing great, Adam.
Yeah. I went to a Zumba class once where the teacher kept dancing in front of me. And my friend was like, she doesn't do this for everybody. And I was like, don't do it for me.
Yeah, like, clearly.
Then, I went to a bungee fucking fitness place in Burbank. I think it's AirFit Bungee in Burbank. And I fucking hate them. During the class, so I didn't realize they sent an email being like, how much do you weigh? And I just hadn't answered it. But like when I got to the class, I said 260. I'm 250, but I padded it because I was like, I'm not dying here.
Yeah.
And then I asked like a clarifying question on like how to do a thing. And then the lady was like, and that's why it's important not to lie about your weight. And then stares at me. And I was like, huh? What? Huh? And I was with a friend and I was like, did that happen? She was like, yeah, it happened. I'll never go back to any sort of group exercise thing again.
Fuck that.
I hate
it's mean.
No, you have enough money to do it privately or watch Daniel's YouTube video.
Yeah.
I love Daniel.
I lied about my weight when I went skydiving.
Did you say you weighed less?
Yeah.
Gabrus, that's how you fucking die.
There's a 225 cutoff. I weighed
Let's just say his plan didn't work.
I was 235 at the time. God, I would kill to be that low again. But I was 235, said I was 225. I'm like, they got to have a 10-pound fucking margin of error here. And so, because or else I wasn't going to be able to go skydiving. So I just had to.
And what a bummer that would have been.
Yeah. Was it fun?
It was so fun. It was really scary.
I have no interest. I
don't have an interest either. But also, I learned about this man who tried to kill his wife by fucking with her little skydiving pack. And then she landed. It didn't open. She like broke her whole back. And then when the police were investigating it, they found out she had a gas leak in her house. And it turned out her husband had turned the gas on to try to kill her that way too. And I was like, wow, this man's fun.
And he's also bad at his...
bad at trying to kill that lady.
You got to hire someone sometimes, you know?
But I don't want to go skydiving.
I have no, it's like one of those things. My sister did it when she was in college, and I remember her telling me like, oh, it's the most like amazing thing, the sensation. And I was like, I just don't have it in me.
Have you done it since?
I don't think I would do it. I mean, I'd have to cut off both my legs to be under 225.
Man, throw my
just
torso
a little
out?
potato Gabrus flying out.
I'm strapped to a guy's chest like a front back, like a Kate Spade bag on his front.
You're a Watto?
What's a Watto?
From Total Recall?
Yeah. Well, Watto is the junk dealer from Phantom Menace.
What do they call
Kuato?
Kuato, yeah. From Total Recall.
Free your mind, Quaid.
Wait, I just
Allow me to tell you, Mark Rennie, has he showed you Total Recall yet?
Yes, because that's the lady with the 3 titties?
Yes.
Yeah, 3 titties.
So later on in the movie, the bad guy has like a little person in his stomach. That's Kuato.
Nothing could have prepared me for that.
No, that's the whole point of the movie.
So hard. It was so wild.
Do you know how I get weekly updates from Rennie of what movie he showed you? He's like, oh, Nicole wants to see.
And this is because Nicole has seen nothing.
I don't know.
Nicole had a podcast about how she's seen no movies and monetized it. Somehow.
Why? Yeah. I've never seen a thing. And
We've seen Craven 3 times.
I've seen Craven at least 10 times.
You're off your reco. I watched Craven and I did like it.
It's so fun.
The way he moves is really funny.
The Aaron Taylor Johnson project?
Yes. It's actually a fun movie that they didn't promote.
It's directed by J.C. Shandor.
No way.
Yes.
Who's J.C. Shandor?
He did that awesome boat movie with Robert Redford.
Yes, he did the Into the Sea movie with Robert Redford.
I love that movie.
And what's the Pedro Pascal, Ben Affleck's Sniper, the military movie where they rob the drug dealer in South America? It's all hot guys. Oscar Isaac. I forget what that's called. Triple Frontier.
Yeah.
And
that's a good movie.
That's a great movie. And
never seen it.
Shandor directs, and the way Aaron Taylor Johnson, they have him moving is like
it's great.
It's corny in a good comic book way. He like because he's animal powers. He like scurries around a lot, and he like runs on all fours at times and stuff. It's really fun.
Yeah. Sounds like a big NYU mask class where it's like you're a lion now. And it's like,
I
really liked being the lion.
Alessandro Nivola, that actor, is playing the Rhino. It's so crazy.
I don't know him from a single thing, but every choice he made was incredible.
He's brilliant.
Incredible.
He's so fucking
At one
fun.
point, he like roars like a rhino, and he's just like. And I was like, I don't think that's what rhinos sound like.
Well, and how does a movie like that get shelved by Marvel to non-existence?
I think it's because it was through Sony, and then Sony's not going to do any more Marvel stuff. So I think this was just
Well, Sony was doing those kind of Spider-Man adjacent movies, and then like they all
Venom?
Venom, Morbius, the Spider Lady,
Madam Web, which I fucking loved.
Madam Web is I'm a Scientist, right? With that meme from Dakota Fanning. Yeah.
Honestly, they really should have leaned into how fucking corny it was, and just
they
like
always should.
But that's what the Sony movies did that I thought the Marvel movies didn't. Is that like Venom is like
corny.
cheesy in a fun way?
Yeah,
it's like it's a two-hander comedy starring Tom Hardy twice.
Yeah, which he loves to do.
Yeah, of course.
There's no one that loves to star with
actor.
himself more than Tom Hardy. Wait, I got a pitch for my opposite here. Tom Hardy.
There is that movie where he plays his own brother. Right?
Many of them.
What movie is that?
He plays his own brother. He plays him. It doesn't even also a movie where it's just him in a car.
Yeah,
like
Locke.
He loves being alone.
Interesting.
I get it.
Yeah. No, me too.
I get it too.
If I could,
If I could be gay for a day. Oh, sorry. Never mind.
If I could be gay for a day.
he would be a top.
Oh, he is
choice.
Yeah, there's a few men in Hollywood that I always make the joke that
Who? Name three.
Tom Hardy.
Oh, these are wait, hold on. Let's clarify. These are the three men that are.
These are three men in Hollywood that make me want to ask follow-up questions about the Q in LGBTQ.
Okay.
Because I know it's not a full-blown B. But there's some Q.
Sure.
It's Tom Hardy. It's Henry Cavill, specifically in Mission Impossible Fallout with his mustache.
Yes.
And when he
does the pump.
Yep. Yeah. And he fucking pumps up his sleeves. That's pretty hot. I will say, Aaron Taylor Johnson.
He's a cutie.
He's yoked.
I like these. I like beefy, hunky brunettes.
He's Jewish.
Yeah. I also. Affleck is, but
not
late
Jewish.
Late stage Affleck.
I like him now.
Affleck. Yeah,
I also really like that he keeps going back and forth between the Jennifers. It's iconic.
He said in an interview, he's like, I'd get back with Jennifer Garner. And Jennifer Garner's like, no, we won't.
Yes.
But he's like,
I love him.
Who wants to?
He's like, whichever ex wants me.
I hung out with him at a basketball game recently for like 5 minutes and fell in love. I was like, you are the funniest, coolest guy. He has Phil Knight. You know that the way he acted as Phil Knight in that movie?
Which movie?
Air. He's so good in that movie.
He's so magnetic.
And like, he's so awesome.
He's very talented actor, a very talented director, and then he's also really good at being himself in interviews. And
fucking I'll say
he knows Spanish.
He's
fluent in Spanish.
I was about to say, Google him speaking Spanish and try not to get hard.
No.
It's great.
Ben Affleck, dude, I love his Dunkin' commercials. I love Ben Affleck.
I'm obsessed
with
Ben
him.
Affleck.
I love Ben Affleck.
I want to be him.
I told him that
fun.
at the game.
What do you say?
I love you too. He was really
must
nice
have felt
about
really
it.
nice.
He was really nice. And then he did sign my forehead. I was wearing a helmet, to be honest. So I think he thought something.
He was like,
He's
my
like,
Make-A-Wish is here.
Interesting wish, yeah. I want to meet the fat Batman.
Wait,
No, he
was
was super
Batman?
nice. Yeah.
I've seen those movies.
He's
Not
Batman.
those.
Not in the newest. I can't say the newest one because Rob Pattinson.
That's Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
That was
one
a 3-hour
before that.
movie, and I wished it was longer. I loved it.
Who are your guys?
My guys.
What three guys make you want to go, maybe I'll be straight now?
I'll do girls. There's this wrestler named Jade. Jade Carrera or something. She's so pretty, and I think she should play Storm in the X-Men.
What
I know who you're
kind
talking
of character is she doing in wrestling? Is
I
she
don't
like,
know. I just follow her Instagram.
Yeah. Well, I'm a big.
She's just so pretty.
Shout out Rhea Ripley.
Oh, I don't know Rhea Ripley.
I'll send you a link.
Please send it
I mean,
to me.
Instagram, not a link.
A link?
I'll send you a Dropbox of 600 gigs. And they're all footage of her getting in and out of her car from like a long lens.
You just sent me an address.
Also,
That's where I keep the air-gapped hard drive.
I really like Joe Pesci.
Oh, hell yeah. Joe Pesci is a fucking
I love him
stud.
so much.
Fashion icon. Everything Joe Pesci has ever worn to a premiere, I would wear right now.
If he knocked on my door today at his elderly age, I would follow him wherever he wanted me to go.
Hey. You love your Sonic movies.
Oh my God.
Why don't you come with me here?
Oh my God. This is doing it.
Let's do it.
I'm friends with Adam Pally from the Sonic.
I'm friends with one of the cops. Not the cop. Not the cop.
Not Marsden.
Not the cop.
He won't
But the other one. They spun him off.
They spun him off.
Oh man, just a couple of utes.
Just the two youths.
Two utes.
The two what?
The two what?
It's one of my favorite movies.
Yes, I mean,
Well, let's move. Not to make this completely heteronormative, but Marissa Tomei's outfits in that movie are absolutely fucking bananas.
you guys, Marissa Tomei and I have the same dry cleaner,
Oh, you do?
and she is the most beautiful woman I've ever seen.
I
in my life.
bet.
that.
I
I believe
fucking
that.
love her.
I see her on the street taking her dry cleaning, and I am like,
That's
oh my
lovely.
God.
Are these dirty?
Yeah.
Just leave them here.
I'll
hand them in
take
for you.
care of them. Don't worry.
Oftentimes I go in and I'm like, was Marissa here this morning?
Adam, you're taking shirts over one at a time, huh?
I brought my picture, and I told Gabrus I brought my picture in to put up because I always wanted that. And so I was like, well, this is my dry cleaner. I've been going here for...
Did they put it up?
They did put it up, but they moved it away from Marissa Tomei's. And I asked them, why? And the response I got was, because we're different. Which made me think like, because she didn't come in here and put a picture up.
Yeah,
you know,
they
like...
put the
yeah.
picture.
We printed
Because
it.
you're
like-
different is a wild response.
Yeah, but I got it.
Because you're different.
I was like, yep. I see it sad. I saw it as
so
funny. I see it now as
funny.
sad.
So even though that happened, you still carry around that duffel bag full of framed headshots of yours?
Well, yeah, if I go to a party, I'm in LA. I mean, that's the famous Brian Grazer bit that I believe is real, is that Brian Grazer carries around with him really small baseball card size photos of himself. And whenever he goes to a party and he goes to the bathroom, he leaves one.
Oh, that's funny.
And so if Brian Grazer was at your house and you walk into your bathroom, you see like a little framed picture.
That's
of Brian
wild.
Grazer. Yeah. It was one of the best bits
Didn't
I've
Steve
ever.
Martin have a business card that said you met Steve Martin? Pretty cool, huh?
That's funny.
That's a good one. That's a
I
good
once
one.
gave my headshot to a man because I got home. It was when I was living in New York. I got home. My roommate was like having a party. There was this guy I was talking to, and I was like, "Oh, you're kind of cute." And he's like, "Can I get your number?" And I went, "Yeah." And I went and got a headshot and wrote my
Damn.
number on it and gave it to him.
It's on
like
the bottom.
A fucking freak.
It's already on the bottom. The number is on it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I don't think I had numbers on my headshot.
Oh, they used to have like
I
your
think
phone
when I
number.
stapled my resume.
Staple your
Oh,
resume to the
yeah.
back. Man, we are old. Remember when you printed up anything or went somewhere to
He
audition?
had to go to
or
reproductions and print out a bunch of
reproductions in Bryant
headshots?
Park and spend
Yes.
$199 to have
Jesus
300
Christ.
copies of your headshot.
I'm like, do you
and
want it
only give
matte?
out-
Do you want it glossy? And I'm like, I don't know. Just give me the headshot.
And it felt like
Who's the guy? Brian. What was his name? There was one guy that did it for all of us. It was like
it was also one of those things where it was like, if you do this wrong, you'll never work in Hollywood. And now they are not part part of the industry.
no,
at
they
all.
don't give a shit
they're
about them.
realtors. The
Yeah.
realtors are
The only people
who
getting
have-
headshots these days.
Yeah.
Realtors and authors.
Dentists. That's who has like anytime you walk by one of those like cool looking dental spas, there's like a headshot of some guy with a like who looks like he's looking at a
Bring
diamond.
them back. Bring back headshots.
I would, you know
I
what?
want to see them in places.
Well, I
see them
think
in places.
I think Instagram.
Bring back headshots. I want to see them in places.
When I go to a diner, I want to see some headshots. Who comes here?
I come to every place I eat in New York. I bring them with me and I put them up.
Byer, you got anything you want to plug?
What, you trying to wrap up?
Eventually, yeah.
Are you working on another special?
Trying.
Are you going to do it again? Is it
I
so
would like
hard?
to.
Is it so hard?
It was hard gathering the material, and then it's funny because I was like, I want an hour of material, but then I started doing crowd work and I was having a lot of fun with it. So I've like
You're
really
such a good
incorporated. Thank you. I've incorporated that with like the acts. So then when I do the crowd work, I do callbacks later, and yeah, I'm just having a nice time.
That's good.
That's wonderful.
I feel like your crowd work is great. Like I said, like you're an improviser. You are equally as talented writing a bit as you are getting on stage with nothing and making a sketch happen live. like you can tell when someone's posting clips of crowd work and they're not that.
Yeah,
it can't always be somebody's occupation you're riffing on.
Like I saw.
But you can get plenty of hits on Instagram.
But like I saw a clip of a comedian who posted his crowd work the other day, and in the middle of the crowd work, he's like, "Well, this is going nowhere." And it's like,
why are you posting
don't post that?
I don't understand why people post shit like that.
And then it got a laugh from the crowd because obviously in the moment.
That's funny.
That's funny. You're saying I'm doing a bad job.
But it's like, then you want me to watch you do a bad job?
Why would you repost that you had a bad crowd?
I gotta save the good stuff for the hour, but the bad stuff on it.
It's right on the internet.
Backwards.
It's wild.
Yeah, well, you're the best and we love you.
Hey, thanks for having me.
I'll see you at the pole club, baby.
Will you have us
At
too?
the pole club? Yeah, come to the pole club.
The Ralph
What'd you say,
Lauren pole.
Pally?
Will you have us on yours too?
Yes.
I just love you so much.
Can we talk to you longer? Why won't you date us?
I haven't seen anything either.
I'm newcoming.
I'm newcoming.
Thank you. I love being on the road with Nicole more than any, like doing a Torco run when we were younger with Nicole is one of the most fun weekends.
She works hard and parties hard. I don't know why
she works hard
pluralized.
and parties hard, just like us.
Yeah. Well, she certainly vibes with us, and we are also like all master travelers and who are
and love to do bits
and love to get blasted. And we pretty much I don't know how much wellness is in there for listeners after you hear that, but pole dancing, great workout, very exciting.
Nicole is like the devil on our shoulder.
Yeah, she kind of knows that too.
Yeah,
she kind of plays into it.
And she brings it out of me. Like, she's like one of those friends. Nicole's like that friend that, where everyone would be like, "Oh, here comes Byer. I may wake up on a boat."
Yeah,
and
we are that friend to other people, so it's fun that we have one of those.
Yeah,
friends.
exactly. Yeah.
Nicole, after a power hour in a Thanksgiving Eve power hour, she poured Grey Goose directly into my mom's mouth at karaoke.
Yeah, I mean she's the greatest. She is the greatest.
And my mom is like, "Do you remember when Nicole poured?"
She's like, "Why don't you marry Nicole?"
Yeah, I'm like, "I'll tell you why."
Because she pours vodka down my throat.
She's turned me down 7 fucking times. I am also married. That was a good time, man.
So fun.
Well, do me a favor. Stay alive.
I'll try.
Byer, you're the best. And I think the listeners got a lot of great tips on how to be wasted on a plane.